So this next video is going to be about the time that I predicted the future. So I was able to do it by simply looking at the government division and keeping track of things. I started to write down and keep a log of every political agenda behind every time there was some kind of division on the TV. And instead of just being divided by whatever it is that they're wanting us to fight over, I looked at it as a whole. I wrote down what it was, and you start to see a pattern that they just drop different topics on us. And it's just a cycle of the same kind of topics and the same kind of stuff. And you look throughout history and you see the same thing with the election cycles and the October surprises and everything that they do. It's just a bigger level of division. And I think that they're honestly trying to keep us divided and conquered as much as possible on all levels. As that is what gives the government its power and those that are ruling us their power. And so they don't ever want us to get along and come together and work together for solutions, which is the epitome of what I try to push. But I, through looking for peaceful solutions, started to keep track of their division and just basically to point out, hey, this is wrong. And through it, I realized, hey, I can kind of see what's coming. And so on July 12th, I predicted that something major was on the horizon politically and that it had been too calm. And I sent the text message or the email to myself in my Yahoo email. And I just basically sent it to myself as a show and a reminder of everything that's going on. And lo and behold, 2 days later, on July 14th, they had an assassination attempt on Trump. And it was almost like I predicted it perfectly on the 12th, that something major was getting ready to happen politically. And so from there, 2 days after Trump's assassination attempt, I sent myself another much more detailed prediction of the future, because I believe that a lot of the stuff we're seeing is what's called a false flag, to where they create the problem in order to give us the destined solution. So it's just something I feel the government does. They create problems and then they have a solution already predetermined, which gives them more power and more money and more wealth. And it's them using us and allowing our gullibility to continue. And at some point, we got to see what they're doing to us. So I break it down and I look and I predicted what I thought was going to happen. And I was a lot more detailed and I broke it all down. And if you look at it, I was really spot on a lot of it. I didn't make all of it. I wasn't 100% right on everything, but I was pretty darn close. This was July, back before Biden dropped out, back before the hurricanes, back before everything. And through it, I predicted that there would be a natural disaster, that there would be one of the presidents getting out of the race. I predicted a lot of stuff, and it's not all through yet. Some of the stuff that I'm predicting is yet to happen, and it sucks, but I feel that it's inevitable. And when it comes to war and a dollar collapse, I feel that those are inevitable things that are on our doorstep no matter what. And eventually one day, things like a solar flare, which could wipe out all of our technology. These are all three very real possibilities that we need to address. And the only way to truly find an answer is to be self-sufficient. And if we're self-sufficient, we wouldn't have to worry about being connected or about any of the bigger picture. So at the end of it all, I'm trying to push for community and for just working together as a community to try and feed ourselves and create local energy. And that's basically what it's all about. And through peace and freedom. I believe in peace and freedom, and I'm trying to create that on every level, whether it be local or even bigger. And I think we all just want the freedom to do our own thing and be left alone. And all the division comes from the government grabbing all its power and then forcing us to live by its ways. And we just want, like I said, the freedom to do our own thing and be left alone. So it's a matter of trying to figure out how to get to that and trying to limit the power of the federal government and get the power back to we the people. But all that aside, this video is just mainly about me predicting the future and what is to come. And it's a little scary, but if you break down what they're doing and the agendas and the main distractions and main fighting points for each one of these things that we get pushed upon us, you'll start to see a pattern, and you can decode it and break it down and even predict what's coming next. So I feel that's what I've done on a little bit of level. I haven't done it nearly as in depth as I could, but I guarantee there's room for people to go out there and figure this out. I don't have the time. I'm doing so many things on so many levels, but it's blatant to me. So check it out for yourself. See what I wrote, see what I predicted, and see when the dates are, and figure it out for yourself and see what you think. I appreciate everybody for keeping along. Thanks a lot, guys, and thanks for keeping up. Here is the second email I sent myself that was much more detailed. This was July 2nd, 2 days after Trump's first assassination attempt.